Welcome, Pisces. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your fourth quarter, October, November, December reading for the end of 2025. I don't usually do predictive readings, so I'm going to try to be efficient to help you identify whatever themes are coming through for the end of this year. Hard to believe. The Three of Cups is your overall energy, and this is describing the phenomenal support, love, celebration that is all around you. And this indeed is a theme through the rest of the year. So you are in a position of understanding that there is no greater love beyond the love that surrounds you in your everyday life. And this is an affirmation, I believe, of natural talent, skill, and spiritual clarity for you. You see the connection between all things and all people at most times. Underneath the deck, the King of Cups is recognizing just that. It's acknowledging that your maturity, your sensitivity, your awareness is often built on those vulnerable times in your life when you experienced a lack of clarity, perhaps a sense that you were not getting what you wanted, that you were blocked, that you were thwarted, that others you cared for were incapable of reciprocating that same quality of love back to you. And in that way, feeling essentially unsatisfied and sometimes alone. This is showing that you've actually broken through that sense of polarization and that sense of potential victimhood, that you understand that you have simply craved what all people crave and that it exists in abundance in your life. And in fact, increases your ability to magnetize those deeper connections that you desire. For the crystal oracle, I pulled for you the beautiful moonstone, the key word being cycles. I'm in the divine flow of my soul rhythms and life cycles. This is confirming your awareness of the oneness of the universe, one love principle. We're all the same. We are all connected, that there isn't a trillion different varieties in the sense of divine love or intervention. There is only love. That is the force that unites us throughout all of our experiences, and our ability to be clear about that is the journey that you're on. In October, the Magician. Wow. So here I feel like a particular project or effort is culminating for you. This is you having gained steam and momentum around collecting up the resources needed to create something that is a signature of your own expression, your creative voice and will. This is you telling your story in some way that is magnetic and unique. And it's taken you a while to center the story, to understand how, in contrast to the way others may work, you've needed to pull yourself and separate yourself apart from others. Your automatic way of supporting others and identifying a unified force or front has actually been something you're trying to tease out to identify yourself as unique in that process. So here's an opportunity for you to present an idea, a project, a theme, represent an organization that is highly successful, unique, and straight to the point, very simple and direct. In November, the Devil card. I feel because of your willingness to step out in front, your willingness to create a message that is authentic, in November you begin to run up against the customary blocks and obstacles you've experienced in the past. I do think something's different now. I think you're no longer attempting to assuage the rules and regulations and expectations others have of the way this should go. I think you're pushing back against the expected norms, the understanding that is often shared about what success is. You're redefining that, and you're not looking for approval or permission from the powers that be. And this, in many ways, is reversing the prospect of your hard work. Your hard work for many of you has been to persevere through the obstacles, jumping the hoops, complying with the rules, often still being excluded, but finding your permission in others. And I do believe in November there is something that says within you that your approval, your permission is not required for me to understand how to pursue success, for me to gain the success that I identify as aligned with and for this project. In December, the Queen of Swords. Yeah, I really feel in December you're just holding your own. You've got the details, you have the receipts here. You have done what you've done clearly after thorough research, connection, communication with your team, understanding the bottom line, understanding the larger mission and message that your organization or the effort of your team wants to be, communicate to the public. You're able to convene a discussion about that. You're not simply making a decision for others. You're really allowing yourself to engage a dialogue, a discourse about what's best to move forwards towards success. What is success? But you're holding the frame for that. You're inviting the opinions of others. You're asking the questions. You're truly curious. You don't have a set plan. You are open to being able to work with, and you're highly flexible. As long as this is about rational decisions, you can maintain the ability to pivot as necessary. But you're the one who feels brave and confident enough to open the discussion. It's not a closed book. It is an open question. It is a query in which you're able to engage others. So this is a sign of strength for you, I believe, in December, a place where you are allowing your beliefs and practices to demonstrate their success through the interaction of others. In other words, as others you've worked with, plans you've implemented, you're allowing yourself to receive that feedback in response to the traditional trajectory of your project, the traditional norms of your industry. This is a very exciting end of the year for you. If this reading is resonating for you, Pisces, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I truly appreciate all the ways that you support me and want to thank you in advance for that. So I'm going to clarify the Magician in October with the Five of Swords and the Queen of Swords, a repeat. I love this. So I see your phenomenal creativity in the face of a lot of doubts. A lot of people, perhaps these are like, they can be anyone, but this can be colleagues at work who are poking your ideas and your plan with concerns about various aspects of the plan, not about the viability or the value of your plan, but about details that are believed to possibly sabotage your plans. Your strength is not caving in to the questions, but simply working with others to answer their questions or find out the information that more or less certifies your plan, your ideas as valid. So here you're not letting the doubts of others undermine you. You're staying in your rational mind, your logical mind, as you continue to receive intuitive hits around what is best. Where you have possibly questioned your own motives in the past or your own ideas in the past, now you are answering questions with truth. You can't close your eyes to what you see and what you believe to be a more valid approach moving forward on a plan that is overarching, is the concern in October. In November, the Devil card is clarified by the Hermit and the Ace of Cups. Lovely. I see you really finding the strength to address those in power, the authority, your boss or bosses, the board of directors, with this sense of your own lived experience and your right to the opinions and approach that you're taking. This is coming from a very creative place in you. This is not coming from a rational place. It doesn't exclude rationality, but you're speaking from the heart. You're asking an organization or a team, a partner, to move from the heart, to communicate to a expectant public or audience, students or clients from the heart. You know that is what audiences and clients respond to. They don't want annual reports or data. They want to know that what you are doing is speaking to a human need, that is serving, attending to, or caring for a basic collective desire. That can be for health. That can be for love. This is your understanding that you speak from your own experience and that your experience is valid in the face of what has always been. I see as well some really unique innovation here, perhaps that you are foreshadowing or that you are testing out among the authorities in your particular field. The idea of something that it represents a dramatic turn away from the nuts and bolts and looks more at the way that you are communicating to the needs of others. The Queen of Swords in December is clarified by the Queen of Cups and the Moon card. Lovely. So this really takes us back to the beginning, this idea that you are open up to your most valuable experiences and lessons, your most vulnerable, I meant. Experiences, the lessons you've learned from those experiences where you truly opened up your heart, where you perhaps were greatly hurt or harmed even, but your awareness that the love that you sometimes have sought in other, even inappropriate ways, is always with you, has always been with you, surrounds you to this day. And when you're feeling challenged, in particular, when you're feeling vulnerable about your view of how we care for those we serve, you are not afraid to look deep, to look clear-eyed at those experiences that were harmful, that were shameful, those things you don't feel good about, and face those head on and understand that you can be responsible for a greater measure of your own self-control, a greater measure of your own self-understanding. And that there is no need to paper over things that haven't gone well for you. In fact, that is the wellspring of your creativity. That's where you find the solutions. So with a King and a Queen of Cups here, there is a divine partnership. This can be business related. This can be with a team, a group of individuals, as well as with an individual. And I do believe that the more deeply you become connected to your whole self, that includes the parts of you that you haven't always been so proud of, those actions or vulnerabilities that you have brought you a sense of shame in the past. You're understanding the strength of those. That's what connects you to your audiences, to your clients. That's what they're looking for from you. And that's what you can so ably supply them. I'm going to finish up this reading with the Soul's Journey card and out flipped the Regret card. I know that I cannot change the past. Yeah, I think you're getting that. I think you've gotten that. At least this reading is indicating that you have no place for regret. There's a sense that you can understand things that you don't feel good about. You might have wished you'd done things differently, but regret feels wasted to you. You understand that the past is there for a reason. And as long as you're mining that for the lessons that are needed to move forward, that you're not allowing the past to define you or hold you back, you're doing well. Dear Pisces, if you enjoy this content, there's more content here for you to check out. Thank you for your likes and subscribes. And until next time, namaste.